As you start to round out your party composition in Granblue Fantasy Relink, you may be wondering who you should spend your character unlocks on. This seems especially true to newcomers to the Granblue Fantasy series as, well, we don't really know what all the characters can do or what their style of play is like. And while you'll eventually get all of the characters in due time, I wanted to recommend some of the best early game units to get due to their sheer power and versatility, especially as an AI controlled party member. This is my criteria for what I value when looking at teammates to unlock. First is their team buff availability and what they provide from that team buff. Then it's their ability to debuff an enemy or remove buffs from enemies, which can become increasingly more useful in terms of slotting into tougher fights. And then I look at specific character gimmicks that can make them really useful. Team buffs provide multiplicative value based on how many characters get the buff, and some are very worthwhile. First up, I gotta give it to my boy Siegfried. Not only is he fun to play with his specific timing mechanic and strong stun, but Siegfried also has a busted team skill called Salvator, which provides debuff immunity for a time as well as the Drain skill. Drain is like lifesteal, allowing your party to heal up when pressing the attack, while debuff immunity can prevent you from annoying ailments like being frozen, all the way up to a crippling resistance debuff that will make your party susceptible to getting one-shotted. Slap on a quick cooldown sigil on Siegfried and you're gonna have a great time with Salvator and a lot of his other skills, notably his ranged shockwave that also has high stun damage. We do be liking stuns here as it gives you more link attacks, which gives you more link time, which gives you more DPS. Can't go wrong there. Another benefit to Siegfried too is outside of the debuff immunity, he has access to super armor while using his skill Uwe or his unique attack, which allows him to bypass certain stuns and knockdowns, which makes him deceptively elusive. Next up, I gotta recommend Fairy as an amazing comrade. She is a summoner type character who can summon multiple minions to help you fight mobs. If there's like a boss with a bunch of trash mobs, Fairy can not only hit them with her AoE large range whip, but also each minion can also fight the enemies and deal stagger damage to them, giving you greater control over the battle. Not only that, but Fairy comes with a team-wide heal and some debuffs for the enemies, granting her great versatility. If you're looking for a more offensive unit who can somewhat support, pick either Zeta or Gandagoza. They both provide attack increased team buff. Gandagoza comes baked in with more stun power, while Zeta has more parries and air actions, allowing her to outright avoid ground slams, which leads to more consistent DPS. While Zeta sounds like the clear winner in terms of damage between the two, keep in mind that the more frequently you apply stun to the enemy, the more link attacks you can do, which leads to more activation of the super powerful link time. So definitely don't sleep on my boy Gandagoza. He's the best waifu. Next up, I gotta recommend Vayne. Vayne has access to taunts, drawing enemy attention towards him, allowing damage dealers to do their thing uninterrupted. He also has something that is highly desirable, especially in the late game, which is the ability to create an invincibility barrier on command. While this may be better in the hands of a human player, it can also be nice to have in solo play from time to time. Vayne also has a way to cleanse and heal himself, which is a nice bonus for a tanky character. Before we continue on to the next character, I gotta ask, who's your favorite party member so far? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're having a good time, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more Granblue Fantasy Relink content. Thanks. Just like Fairy earlier on in this video, Rosetta may be another great ally for you to consider as a party member early on. She can help stagger and root trash mobs with her skills, giving you and your damage dealing allies more opportunities to wail on an enemy uninterrupted. She can also debuff enemies, which is a nice bonus. Lastly, Io is an obvious contender for a great supportive party member. She has access to damaging spells that cover a wide range and is one of the few characters in this game who can abuse multiple elemental weaknesses because of her access to a wide variety of elements. These elemental spells also debuff enemies as an added bonus. She can throw concentration on herself, allowing her to charge up her AoE nuke much faster, and she won't be interrupted by normal attacks while in her concentration circle. She also has a wide range heal as well, making her quite a strong utility party member. And that's it for my recommendations. If you have a personal party member you would love to recommend to everybody else, please let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it and hear some of the synergies that are being developed by the community. And as we're all going through the game, unlocking sigils and new characters and skills, I'm sure this list will look very different a couple months from now. So I'll be sure to update this in the future, maybe in the comments, maybe with a different video. But for now, my name is Varsona, and if you're interested in more content like this, check out the video on screen right now, or subscribe to stay tuned for future uploads. Alright, see you next time.